let's talk about how to practice. I mentioned in an earlier video that I was a trumpet major in college. The funny thing was, no one ever taught me how to practice. I didn't learn how to do it in high school. I pretty much had to figure it out when I got to college. I didn't really figure it out until I was already teaching and observing how other people were practicing. I was observing which people were successful, which people were really struggling. So similar to my video about memorizing music, most of us try to do too much with any given practice session. It's really hard to try to figure out the music and the lyrics and the tone quality and the intonation and maybe the choreography and all at once. When we multitask, we're really switching back and forth between different tasks. So if I want to monitor my tone, I want to monitor my lyrics, I want to monitor my tempo, I want to monitor my intonation, I'm really going back and forth between all of those things. And I'm devoting different amounts of time and attention to each of those areas. I'd say one of the most important aspects of any practice session is knowing what you want to get out of it. Do you just want to do a bunch of mindless repetition? That might not give us the results that we're looking for. So choose something. Maybe I'll spend 5 minutes working on intonation. Maybe I'll spend 5 minutes working on lyrics. Maybe I'll spend 5 minutes working on those 3 pesky measures that I'm struggling with. But it's important to strip away variables for each of those. It's probably a good idea to have a list of things that you want to aim for. Correct notes, correct words, good tone, intonation, presentation, singing emotionally with inflection, whatever they are. Maybe make a list and make sure you've addressed them all. I just pulled kind of a random book off my shelves and opened it to a song. I thought we could use it to do a little bit of this breakdown, how I would rehearse this section. So this song is called Down in the Valley. I imagine a lot of you know it. Here's how it goes. Down in the valley, valley so low, hang your head over, hear the wind blow. So let's say we're just going to work on that today. First of all, do I know the words? Do I know the notes? You either need to have a reference recording and know what it sounds like, or be able to read music and double check on that. So make sure that you have your materials gathered. If I was using a recording to check, I might do this. Here's the recording. Sing it back. Down in the valley. Play it back. Do, 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 do. All right, so far so good. Make sense? We have so much technology available to us. It's really incredible. So once I feel like I've gotten the words and the notes, maybe I'd run a recording of myself or just listen critically to hear any place that I'd like to fix. So let's say I want to work on the consistency of the line. I'm going to listen for any words that pop out that I think I can do a little bit better. Down in the valley. So the first thing that stuck out to me was the word in. It sounded very swallowed to me. So instead of down in the, I want down in the, down in the. And I'm thinking to myself, there must be something about that word or that note that's not sitting quite right with my voice. So let's eliminate variables. I'm going to take all of the words away and put them on a neutral sound. Do, do, do. Oh, well, that was a lot better. So it might be the vowel for me. Do, 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 do. Again. Do, 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 do. Again. Do, 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 do. Let's see if that was enough to fix it. Down in the, in still kind of stuck. So what I can do then is now isolate that note. Now I'm going to switch from the oo sound to the I sound and see if I can find a place in my voice where that feels really good. Do, do, I, down, I, down, I. So it turns out as I pulled that apart, that not only was it the I the problem, but it was the word down that was closing down a little bit by the time I got there. So I went down and I went down. So that resonating space stays open. Down in the. And now that it's been pointed out to you, I bet if you went back to hear it, if you didn't hear it before, that you'd be able to. You can be your own best teacher. Record, playback, record, playback, record, etc. So if I want to further work on consistency of line, Again, I'd take away some variables. I can do it on oo, I can do it on brr, or hmm, doo, 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 doo. Then I can even go back and forth between those and words. Which is going to bring me in and out of that consistency. So it's going to encourage me to sing everything in that same space. Are you done? If I then go down my checklist, well, I've worked on consistency of line. Have I worked on intonation yet? How can I do that? Well, I can pull out TE Tuner and work on it from there. I can just use my own ear to see how it's fitting in. I could sing against the key note and make sure, especially if I'm singing a cappella, make sure I'm coming back to the same note every time it happens. Let's say I'm having trouble with a few of those intervals. Down in the valley. That one wanted to sit a little bit low. So I can isolate them. Valley. I can take the vowel away. Doo, doo. I can try other sounds. That sounds more resonant to me. Down in the valley. Changing things up until I like it even better. Speaking of liking it even better, it's really important to have the right kind of self-talk when you're working. I could say, I didn't like that. That was bad. That was flat. That was out of tune. That was out of key. That's not going to be very helpful when I'm encouraging myself to be in a safe space. So I want to say, how can I improve that further? How could I make that sound even more convincing or more emotional instead of simply wrong, 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 wrong? You probably don't like to hear that very much from other people, so make it a habit to try to turn around the way you speak with yourself while you're practicing. If I could distill all of that information into one small piece of advice, that would be eliminate variables and start in smaller pieces. Whatever you're working on, strip something away until it's manageable, and then build it back up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Happy practicing!